Hey, you, and welcome to the podcast. So, the Lord just put something on my heart to share with somebody, and this is to the quitter. This is the woman who is dealing with all the things in her life, and she's not prioritizing this health journey, this weight loss, right? Because one of the things that you how do I say this? One of the things that I quit doing to enable me to lose weight was I stopped counting on my Mondays, right? Like, have you ever noticed how powerful Monday feels? Because it used to be so powerful to me. I want you to hear what I'm saying. Like, somehow everything is going to just change when you start over again on Monday. Like, you're going to start over again on Monday and you're going to be more disciplined. You're going to be focused and you're going to be a meal prepper all of a sudden. And you're going to be more committed and you're going to somehow stay motivated and inspired. And you're just having this belief by Wednesday of the week that if you just start over again on Monday, that it's going to stick and you're going to lose the weight. But I want you to sit with this question. Why hasn't it stuck? Why hasn't it worked? Why aren't your Mondays working for you? This was the thing I had to quit doing on my weight loss journey. I had to stop quitting midweek and starting over again on Monday. And it's not like you haven't said that before, right? You've probably said, I'm going to start again on Monday, or I just need a fresh start, or I'm going to do a complete reset on Monday, or I want to do this right. It has to be perfect. So since I messed up a little bit this week, I need to start all over again on Monday. Like, think about it. You've probably said all of that. And every time you say it, something happens inside of you, and you're probably agreeing with me right now. Like, all of a sudden, when you say you're going to start over on Monday, what happens? You feel better. There's like some kind of relief. You feel calm. You feel justified. You feel hopeful because Monday's the perpetual answer. And you kind of think that feeling you have on the inside by saying, I'm going to start over again on Monday, it feels like a good sign. And you start to think things like, okay, I'm in the right mindset. I'm just going to start Monday. But what if I told you that feeling that you have when you say, I'm going to start over on Monday again, that feeling is the problem, right? I mean, this would have snapped me out of complacency, out of living at the level I was living in, where I kept thinking I had more Mondays and I could keep pushing it off. And then it just week after week turned into month after month. And before you knew it, like, my closet was full and I was packing up all my small pants to make room for the bigger pants I kept buying. That relief you feel when you delay, it feels like peace, but it's not peace from God. It's you giving yourself permission to postpone obedience. And I need you to hear this, lean into this episode. I want you to hear this so clearly. The reason it feels like you're not losing weight isn't because you don't know which diet. It's not because you don't know what you do know what to do. You're not losing this weight. You're feeling like you're doing all these things, but you feel a little bit stuck in this season of life right now because you keep deciding to just do it later. And you've gotten really good at making later sound like it's really wise. That's how I was, right? I would feel like this was Sherry Capella walking in wisdom. Oh, but you know what? I need to be intentional. I need to get the fridge cleaned out. I need to remove temptation from the universe so that I don't ever see, you know what I mean? Like, I want to plan it all out. I don't want to rush into it. Here's what's going on. You don't want to feel the cost of starting today. Because starting today, instead of putting it off again until Monday, starting today means that you don't get one more night of eating how you want. You don't get one more excuse. You don't get one more delay, I guess. Starting today requires obedience before you feel ready. And that's the part your flesh is resisting. And so instead, what do? You push it to Monday. And every time you do that, you reinforce the very pattern that is keeping you stuck. And I want you to know this, right? I know it's not attractive that I coach obedience, but here's the thing. Obedience is the thing that you need to have if you want to become the version of yourself that lost the weight. Obedience doesn't wait for Monday. Obedience moves when God speaks. And if God has already shown you what needs to change, then starting later is not wisdom. It's delayed obedience, and that's disobedience. It's just disobedience with a nicer label. And you need to see how this connects to your weight loss journey and why this should actually matter. Because you really don't need to wait until you find the perfect plan or the best season to do this. You don't need to binge 20 more podcasts and 30 more YouTube videos and go and scroll everybody's social media accounts that you know of who are losing weight. You need to stop starting over. You need to wake up and walk this out without negotiating with yourself every single day or every single week. And that is exactly why the Lord has me here, not only having created the Seeker's Method, but doing this podcast, doing these YouTube videos, and still leading women through the Seeker's Method. And I don't want you to see the Seeker's Method for what it's not. It's not another reset. It's a 104-day path that takes you out of the cycle of delay and into daily obedience. It removes all of the guesswork. It removes all of the justifications and excuses and reasons that lead you to believing yourself when you say things like, I'll start again Monday. It removes all of that. It gives you the structure that you've been missing so you can actually follow through. Because right now, you don't even see it, but you don't have a weight loss problem. You don't have a weight loss problem. You have a pattern of postponing the very thing that would change your life. Can you see that? And I want you to think about this. How many more Mondays? I should say, how many Mondays have you already used? How many times have you promised yourself this would be the one? And here we are again. Another week, another delay, another I'll start soon or at some point. I'll start again in the future when it's an easier season. No, I want you to see at some point, you have to decide that you are done waiting on a version of you that doesn't exist yet. You don't need to become her first. You become her by obeying. That's how I got here. That's how I got out of my fat pants. So here's the decision in front of you right now. You can keep waiting on Monday, or you can decide that today is the day that you stop delaying what God has already made very clear to your heart. If you are ready for that, then the Seeker's Method is open right now. You don't need another restart. You need a way out, even in weight loss.